Dimitry Bivol tells you no uncertain terms, man, I don't think I won that fight. As people get upset about Artur Beterbiev beating Dimitry Bivol for the undisputed title at 175, while I, on the other hand, could not be more happy, could not agree with the decision more. Both out of appreciation for what Dimitry Bivol and Beterbiev did. I do think Beterbiev could have won that fight. I really do. But there's a reason I'm really happy. Because we have got to change something about boxing, but it never will. So I'm going to continue to enjoy people get real mad at the end of fights. Let's talk about that. And again, Dimitry Bivol knowing full well that he didn't do enough to solidly win that fight in this video. I will forever be a fan of Dimitry Bivol. I was a fan of Dimitry Bivol before because I just kind of like those quiet Russians. I just kind of like how their persona, not talking a lot of smack, very direct to the point, giving you honest answers. I think that is pretty much the case for both Dimitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. So I was really happy to see Artur Beterbiev win the fight because I'm an Artur Beterbiev fan. But Bivol, in his post-fight press conference, basically said exactly what I was thinking. Like, dude, this ain't no robbery. That fight was not a robbery. I know many people thought going into it that Bivol, if it went the distance, that Bivol would win. I know a lot of people thought that Bivol was gonna win the fight, period. And there's a lot of people that really do like Bivol's style, which is, you know, you get the attention, he gets the attention of the judges. However, listen to what Bivol himself said. He's like, yeah, I think I landed clean and effective punching. I landed clean punches, but that's not all it is. He's like, that's not the only thing that there is to boxing. He said that there's pressure, there's ring generalship, there is, named several other things that you have to do in the ring. And he was like, his expression looked like, hey man, I don't really know if I won this fight. I think I did really well, but I would feel bad if I sat up here and acted like I won this fight. I would feel guilty if I sat up here and acted like I won this fight. Nah, dude, I just lost the fight. I lost. That's it. I lost. You gotta appreciate that, man. He absolutely refused to steal Beterbiev's shine. I like Bivol. And he didn't just say it because I don't think he just said it just to be saying it. Just to let me seem like I can look like I'm magnanimous and I am, a mature human being. I don't think that's I don't think he just did it for that reason. I think he believes that's true. Because as I watched the fight, and I scored up to the 6th round. Up until the 6th round. At the 6th round, I had that two rounds for Bivol, 4 rounds for Beterbiev. Because of Beterbiev's pressure. Because Beterbiev's punches, those little short punches, those land, those counted. And another real crazy thing about that whole show is that you really couldn't even count, you couldn't pay attention to the stats on the television because they literally kept switching up the stats. I don't know if they knew, and I'm talking about the punch stats for the fight. I have no idea what the real punch stats for the fight were. Even though punch stats, and I'm telling you, this is something I don't like. And one of the reasons so many people think that robberies happen, because you're told the entire fight how many punches landed. Judges are not counting punches. They don't have time to say, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, that's a power punch, that's a jab, that's a power punch, that's a jab. Oh, okay, and I gotta go ring generalship. There's nowhere on the scoring criteria for a judge does it say punch percentage. I love that Dimitry Bivol said that, because that's the truth. That's how boxing is sold by the media, by the media and the announcers on the television as a way to help you understand what the general trends are, but still, they're getting those statistics handed to them from somebody. Those judges don't have them, and on top of it, that's not even a scoring criteria. So, The real reason that Bivol, first of all, Bivol knows he lost and accepts that he lost. The reason that he lost was the pressure from Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev, ring generalship. Artur Beterbiev that whole fight had control of ring generalship, and he had control of effective aggression. That's half the scoring criteria of the boxing match. And because he was absolutely positively controlling that fight with generalship. And what I mean is he took the control of the center of the ring, and he made Bivol move around when Bivol wanted to move around. Some rounds, I think, Bivol won with ring generalship, because he would kind of wait, rest for long periods of times, and then he would throw shots, kind of like punches and bunches. I think to a certain extent that is ring generalship, because he's controlling the pace of the round and waiting for spots to fight and making the fight happen when he wants to have it happen. But the problem was during the time that he was resting, and the time that Beterbiev was working, except for maybe in those rounds, I would say rounds 7, I think maybe 7, 8, and 9. I would say like 7, 8, and 9. Kind of looked like Bivol was really kind of winning those rounds with that. But 10 and 11 and 12, boom. That's Bivol. That was Beterbiev. Definitely in that 12th round, that was Beterbiev. So I think Beterbiev had the last 3 rounds, and he had a 4-round stretch from round 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, and 9, I really think could have went to Bivol. Now, either way it goes, I don't think that was a robbery in any way. And I think that Dimitry Bivol is right in not complaining about it. We listen to these announcers a lot, man. And plus, I think the Americans, we generally speaking, have a preference for the outboxer. The person that's fighting on the outside, catching the person on the inside, and don't really necessarily have as much respect for the person that's really cutting off that ring, forcing the fight and pushing the tempo of the fight throughout. So it's a preference thing. And that's why I'm glad that there's 3 judges. Anyway it goes though, it was just a very, 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 it was just a spectacular fight all the way around. And I don't think that Beterbiev should be shamed because he got that win. Not that I think that he is going to listen to any of y'all about that. He's just going to go on about his business. I'm sure he'll get back in the ring with Bivol. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he gets back in that ring with Bivol, it's probably going to be worse for Bivol. Bivol just got older in that fight, because if anybody took a lot of punishment in that fight, it was definitely Dimitry Bivol. But Dimitry, man, I got to tell you, I got an entirely new amount of respect for him. I always respected him, always liked him. But his answer to this, gotta love it. Most of y'all out here mad about that loss are mad because y'all lost some money. And I can understand, bro, losing that money, gambling that money. But I put that warning in the middle of the video. Be real careful when you put that money up on boxing, man, because ain't nothing guaranteed. There's 3 referees, and they're all they could all be looking and seeing different things. They're all on 3 different sides of the ring. They're all looking at it at different angles. They're looking at different punches at different angles at the same time. Man, don't look at those punch stat percentages and all that stuff. The TV guys go and be very careful about putting your money on here. Otherwise, you're gonna be real mad and crying robbery every other day. That's my take on the matter, though. Thank you guys so much for chopping it up with me about the great sport of boxing. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.